Okay, now are we live? Now are we live?
I
Shit,
don't know.
I
I'm
think we wasted more
oh,
time
yeah,
here. I
yeah,
forgot to
now it is, now it
Okay,
is.
yeah, and they can hear you already talking. Yep, I see it right there, actually. Hey, let me play a little sound check just to make sure. Yep, I see it right there, actually. Hey, let me play a little... Okay, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to hear myself. There we go, everybody. I now have this pulled up. Okay, I have to reiterate my story now, but like I said, I had an anime convention this week. In July, I had 3 anime conventions in particular. This one here was 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I rearranged my plans to just go Friday and Saturday, and because this weekend, or rather today, is Money in the Bank, I figured might as well go ahead and play this in, do it live on Sunday for a change. So this is not going to be a very often thing that we do, but we had to do this anyways, for goodness sake, you know. So, yeah, it's been a while because I'm using regular OBS and not slobs, but anyways, I digress. So, close the capture moment. So, we are going to be talking about Money in the Bank, predicting the thing live. I'm not going to have some of that editing, but I figure we might as well have the third strike versus screen cell. So anyways, yeah, we'll get into it here. So, yeah, my anime convention was this weekend, so we weren't able to record and upload like normal, but we're doing it live. Anyways, so let's just get into the thick of it now. So, Money in the Bank 2021. After what feels like a year and a little bit of a year and several months of just madness and Thunderdome crap and Performance Center, we are finally out of the thick of things, and we are now back on the road with fans. Yay! Out of that madness, it's good to hear actual live fans back. In all seriousness, it really is. And yeah, you just, that feeling you miss of hearing all those pops and all, damn, it feels so good. This is basically WWE's first, first of show back on the road. It's not the first of this year to have fans in the building, in general, because WrestleMania 37 had fans. However, Money in the Bank is the first in what is basically their touring schedule. They are now going back to a standard live touring schedule. And this is the first stop on the road. It is Money in the Bank at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. And I have to say, we've got an interesting card to say the least. Both of the Money in the Bank fields are pretty unpredictable for what they are, and there's a couple other interesting things to keep an eye out for. Although there are a couple things that aren't, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I'm Coffee Lover 239, and with me as always is Orange Cassidy's personal hype man, Heavy.
You know, when I think about Money in the Bank, I'm always thinking this has the potential to be a blockbuster card. Ever since 2011, I've always had high expectations for every single show Money in the Bank has had in WWE, and this is no exception. I'm loving the card. I cannot wait to get into predictions here.
Oh, I can't wait either. Oh, and of course, joining us back on his WWE sabbatical, because who could be honest, most of this card does look pretty interesting, to be honest. It's our resident John Moxley stan, Steven.
Yo, guys, you might be wondering why I haven't shown up for any of these. Well, let's go back WrestleMania 37, night 2, shall we?
Oh, brother.
The first freaking match was pissing me off, and it made me rage. If you want to know what I'm talking about, look back on the damn show.
WrestleMania Night 2, match number 1. Okay, hold on a second here. I am slipping my mind here. I forgot to put WrestleMania 37 in there. Sorry, people. I'm still recovering, of course, from crazy con madness. Okay, there it is. Pardon me. Okay, night 2, match 1. Oh, now I remember.
So, yeah, I took a hiatus of watching Monday Night Raw for basically 3 months. I'm still not watching Monday Night Raw. But that's not why I'm here. The SmackDown side of things. Also interesting. Maybe one Raw side that's Kofi versus Bobby Lashley. But other than that, not Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Not AJN Almost versus the Viking Raiders. Nah. Just Kofi and Lashley maybe. But other than that, SmackDown side of things.
Yeah, that's pretty much the side to look at, my man. That's the side to look at, basically. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first of all, we do have one pre-show match, so let's quickly go that. So, cue up the theme. I hope you guys can still hear this. Alright, our first match on the card is Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I know what you're thinking. Usos are all getting another damn title shot, especially after what happened earlier in the week with old Jimmy, or was that last week? Well, whenever Jimmy was last sadly yeah. Okay, hold on. Quick. That was July 5th, so technically last week? No. A couple weeks back. Let's just say that. 2 weeks ago. There. But, yeah. Are they going to pull off of what happened in 2019 at Elimination Chamber when Jimmy, I'm pretty sure, had that same damn thing happen to him, and yet the Usos beat The Miz and Shane McMahon at Elimination Chamber 2019 to win whatever tag titles they were winning, and yours truly was there, by the way. Anyways, I digress. So, yeah, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So, let me see. Wait, do we have even anything for this? Wait, do we have anything at all? Nothing? Ah, shit. No
There has to be.
There's no description, I'm afraid. This was literally a last-minute addition that may or may not have wanted to be. So there's really nothing I can add to this. Well, I suppose I could go look on the website here and see. So let's see what happened here. So the Usos will have an opportunity to do exactly, basically, attempt to hoist the tag team gold for the 7th time when they challenge the Mysterios for the SmackDown tag team titles today at Money in the Bank. Now, the Mysterios only recently returned to the blue brand, but the two premier tandems have immediately been embroiled in a nasty rivalry. As Rey and Dominic have routinely provided backup for Edge during the Rated R Superstars' ongoing crusade against Reigns. At the conclusion of a recent SmackDown, the one where fans are finally back, that happened in my city but was unable to go due to convention and Twitch commitments, all 6 superstars exchanged haymakers, but the evening ended with the Mysterios holding down Jey Uso as Edge applied an excruciating chair leg assisted crossface. With animosity at a boiling point, what will happen when the Usos attempt to capture the SmackDown Tag Team titles for the 5th time against the first father-son tag team champions in WWE history? And there's really not much else I can add to it other than that. So, Heathie, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, I think, ever since last summer, they've been all in on Roman Reigns, and with the Usos, I feel like, they have to be a, conjoined unit, have to be in sync and rhythm. And I feel like Roman's the type of character where if people around him don't, live up to his level, he will punish them. And I feel like, Jimmy Uso has just gotten on board with Reigns' with his family get-together speech. They're all on the same page for the first time in a long time, as of a week ago. So I feel that, for the bloodline's going to continue. So with that, I'm going to pick the Usos to become the new tag team champs.
Interesting. And Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
First off, before I pick my pick, I just want to say this doesn't feel like a kickoff show because Roman is. This has to be like a big story with this, and this definitely deserves to be on the main card, and it should be the AJ and Omos kicking off the kickoff show, but that's here or now. But I to be honest, I disagree with you on this. I think they're gonna retain the tag titles. I think because this is the first time Dominic. Second time with the crowds back. Dominic, before the whole thing, Dominic wasn't here when the fans we're here wrestling. Maybe yes,
Yeah.
technically with the whole Brock Lesnar and Ray, but that didn't count because
That
Dominic
was
was
more of
wrestling.
just an assistance, basically. It was
Yes.
Survivor Series 2019.
Yes, but I would love to see Dominic and Ray get this victory with the crowds back. Crowds back.
Crowds.
Yeah, and yes.
Yeah, ladies
Yeah,
and
Ray and
gentlemen.
Dominic.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he is a bit tongue-tied because we're all excited here for this because fans are back and everything. And yeah, I don't know really. This could go either way, really. I mean, it would make sense to have it, but on the other hand, you don't know really. Like I said, you both prove good cases and all, but well, let's see. The betting favorites currently here. Let's see. They currently list the Mysterios as the favorite, odds-on favorites, and I'm not really sure, so I'll play it safe and go with the Mysterios to retain their belts. And if anyone should dethrone them, should probably be the team of Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis, who's now beardless, and that makes me sad. But
He looks like now from Boo. He looks like Boo from Dragon Ball. Whatever you fudge. But yeah, was it Dragon
I
Ball?
got Boo. Yeah, I think I know who you mean. Yeah. I'm actually wearing my Dragon Ball shirt. But anyways, let's just get into the next match here. Okay, hit the thing again. If this, there we go. Hit it. And now we get into the main card, people, with our first Money in the Bank ladder match for a World Championship match contract. It's Ricochet versus John Morrison versus Matt Riddle versus Drew McIntyre versus Big E versus Kevin Owens versus King Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. This is one hell of a field. Excuse me. All right. Qualifying matches for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match began on the June 21st episode of Raw. Ricochet, John Morrison, and Matt Riddle qualified by respectively defeating AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre. Raw's final spot was determined in a triple threat match the following week, which was originally scheduled between the three guys we already mentioned. However, Orton was unable to compete for unknown reasons. A battle royale was held to fill Orton's spot in the triple threat match. Orton's RK Bro tag team partner Matt Riddle convinced WWE officials Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville to allow him to compete in the Battle Royale, where if he won, he would represent Orton in the triple threat match. Although Riddle won the Battle Royale, McIntyre won the triple threat match to earn Raw's final spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. SmackDown's first spot was filled by Big E, who qualified by defeating Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews on the June 25th episode of SmackDown. Blah, blah, blah. What am I doing? I can speak. I know my shit. Anyways, the following week, Kevin Owens qualified by defeating Sami Zayn in a last man standing match, which was a rematch from the Hell in a Cell that Zayn had won. Oh, and the Big E Apollo was a rematch. And furthermore, another rematch just for qualifying's sake. SmackDown's last two spots were filled on the July 9th episode. Seth Rollins defeated Cesaro, which was another rematch from Hell in a Cell that Rollins had also won. And King Nakamura defeated Baron Corbin, previously King Corbin, before he lost his King of the Ring crown to Shinsuke Nakamura, who took on the King moniker. When you look at this field, you have to admit, this is a pretty stacked field. I mean, realistically, most of these guys could win it, but let's run down each of them before we get into our predictions here. So, we'll start with Ricochet. He's at the bottom of the barrel for this one here, so I don't likely see him winning. We can take him out. Oh, same thing with John Morrison, because even with Miz injured, it's not letting Morrison be himself, which is still fucking ridiculous, and doing this geek comedy bullshit. So you can take him out too. These could be a good start for Matt Riddle, perhaps, if you wanted to get him in there, perhaps. So he's definitely a possibility, and I wouldn't mind seeing him win. Drew McIntyre, I don't think it really needs the MITB, to be perfectly honest. He really, really doesn't. And given that his reign kind of had some shaky stuff in it, and the way they've been booking him especially, I'm not too happy with that. So yeah, You can take him out as well. Biggie, I could absolutely see doing off, especially because of the story against Bobby Lashley, because Bobby Lashley has basically been feuding with the New Day for what feels like the past several weeks, maybe even like a month or so. And now, basically, yeah, Biggie could potentially, if he would win MITB, could go over to Raw, cash that shit in on Bobby Lashley, and, yeah, that would be a good moment. Then, let's see, what else? We have Kevin Owens, who, although not as ridiculously booked as Drew McIntyre, is still less likely to need the briefcase. But if you wanted to get him back in the main event scene, maybe it might work. I don't know. King Nakamura, again, see Kevin Owens. And Seth Rollins, don't really need it. Man already had the heist of the century at WrestleMania 31. You're not going to beat that. Let's be honest. He didn't just set the bar. His MITB in 2015
was the bar.
There you go. There you go. So we're looking at about 5 people who could ideally win this. In Matt Riddle, Big E, Kevin Owens, and King Nakamura. Or I mean 4 really, because yeah. Or Matt Riddle.
To be honest, I thought Cesaro was in the match, but nope. Seth beat him. I kind of
no, Seth beat him shockingly, undoing all that shit. And I think
Cesaro should have been in this.
It would have been more useful for him, but unless they maybe have other plans for him. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. Heaty, who do you think's gonna win? Yo, Heaty, you still? Oh, there you
Well,
are.
I'm thinking about this, and you know, my mind is torn between 3 people. So you know, I'm not even going to go through the other competitors because that would just take all day. So 3 people I'm thinking is either Seth, Riddle, or Big E. I don't think McIntyre wins it, and that's as far as I'll go. Or, you know, anyone who's not going to win it for certain. Riddle, I feel like that could be something interesting to do. You know, WWE would probably go with a comedy route of, Riddle can only win matches when he's high up. You know, just they love the weed jokes. They love the weed jokes.
It's such good shit, pal.
I don't think it's gonna be Riddle, but I think he's a dark horse. Rollins. Here's the thing: I love, if you ask me what is my favorite wrestling moment, to watch live, it will always and forever be Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank contract at Mania 31, the heist of the century. It was my first pay-per-view I watched live. Watched it with a childhood friend of mine. He wasn't into wrestling, and even he was going insane when Rollins cashed in. And for the hour afterwards, it was like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. We were just like in my room, just like freaking out. And he didn't even watch wrestling. Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this now. I love that moment. And honestly, even if they're gonna try and catch lightning in a bottle with Rollins, and it probably won't work, I'd like to see it. That's what my heart goes with. But as it's previous predictions, my heart is normally right. It's usually my head that gets things right, and I always go with my heart. So I'm going to go with my head here. I feel like it's Big E's time. I feel like he's waited long enough and put in so much of a shift in the last few years. I feel like he could be the one to dethrone Roman, and maybe he cashes in for a Mania match, as like an ultimate face move. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Big E to win this one.
Interesting. And Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, I agree with Hebe. I know Coffee doesn't Seth win, but I agree it's either Seth, Big E, or Riddle. And the reason I think Seth could win, he could do it again. He could probably make another heist of the century if he wanted to. And he could cash it on Roman again. I mean, that would be something. Seth versus heel Roman. That could be something. That could be something again. 2.0, and it could. But I would love to. And if Riddle did win it, here's what I think he would do with it. He would cash it on the Raw Tag Team Champions. Knowing Riddle, I'm just saying. But I gotta go with Big E. Big E's gonna win. Big E, because it makes sense for Big E to win this. So Big E.
Alright, well, the more I look at these odds-on favorites here, and I do have them pulled up because I may need some help in all predictions contests I've got going on for this, but right now Big E is actually the odds-on favorite, so you two aren't very off on. And the more I think about it storyline-wise, the more I think it could make sense for Big E to win. I mean, you could have it go on Roman, but the real story is pretty much against Lashley because, like I said, Bobby Lashley's been feuding with the New Day, basically, so you could bring everything full circle and just have him basically go in there. Like, yeah, that's just a thought, but either way, it would be fine. So, and if WWE has big plans and that they have big things for Big E, from what we've heard, and given the fact that their fans are back in and that they've probably been waiting for fans to do this, they might not even hesitate. They might just jump on that shit like that. So, I'm gonna have to agree with you both, and I'm gonna go with Big E on this one. Yeah, I hope he actually does it. I really hope he does.
I mean, can I just say, if he does, I feel bad for Xavier. I feel bad for Xavier. Xavier's the only one who hasn't won a singles title in WWE, so I feel bad for Xavier.
Yeah, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe one of these days. Alright, let's get to the next match. And now, from the men to the women. It's the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match for a Women's Championship match contract. And this is Asuka versus Naomi versus Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Ash. I mean, Ash or Trash or
Fat asses.
no, it's finishes Scott Steiner, man. Oh no, Nikki Ash, almost a superhero, versus Liv Morgan versus Selena Sellout Vega versus Natalia and versus Tamina. Okay, we need to re-get this shit here, basically. Okay, so qualifying matches for the women's side of Money in the Bank ladder match also began on the June 21st episode of Raw. The brand's four participants were determined by 2 tag matches in which the members of the winning teams qualified. Why did they do it like this? Who gives a shit? Anyways, now Asuka and Naomi qualified by the team of Eva Marie and Piper Niven. I'm saying it louder for the people in the back, by the way. Capital P, capital I, capital P, capital E, capital R, space, capital N, capital I, capital V, capital E, capital N, Piper Niven. Sorry, I had to get that shit off my chest.
I don't blame you.
Alright, and later, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. The latter incorporating a superhero gimmick and a new nickname of Nikki Ash, short for almost a superhero. Qualified by defeating the team of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. On the June 25th episode of SmackDown, WWE official Sonya Deville named 2-time Money in the Bank winner Carmella as the first of SmackDown's 4 participants. Liv Morgan, who had been feuding with Carmella and defeated her the previous week, took issue as Carmella did not compete in a qualifying match to earn her spot. Excellent point, but then again, they don't give a shit. Deville then had Morgan face Carmella to prove she deserved to be in the match, and Morgan subsequently defeated Carmella. However, Deville did not add her to the ladder match, which actually would have made the most sense. The following week, Deville named the newly reacquired Zelina Vega, who decided to walk back all that shit and just took the money and ran. All I can say is, I hope the money was worth it, Zelina. At least her husband knew where to go. Who made her return to WWE after her release in November 2020 as the second SmackDown entrant in the match, and no qualifying match either. Look, I'm just going to say this about this. We don't probably know the full details, but I'd like to assume both of them had good offers, perhaps, and maybe that Zelina just wanted to be closer back to the friends that she had made in WWE, because it's like a second family. And I get that, basically, as someone who had close friendships with plenty of people, like in some of the clubs I was in high school. I get it and all, but sometimes the money is not worth the happiness, but who knows? I don't want to get into that spiel too much. But anyways, Morgan again confronted Deville about Vega not having to qualify, and she also pointed out the fact that she proved herself by defeating Carmella was not added, but would prove herself again in a match against Vega. She defeated Vega, but was still not added. On the July 9th episode, Carmella was removed from the match as she was named Bayley's replacement in the SmackDown Women's Championship match against Bianca Belair due to Bayley suffering an injury. That match took place 2 days before Money in the Bank, and I feel bad that match didn't quite happen because it was going to be a, whatchamacallit, it was going to be an I Quit match, basically. But sadly, we'll never see now. But on a side note here, we all would like to wish Bayley a safe and speedy recovery here after that ACL injury she suffered. Trust me, she carried the women's division on her back during the pandemic/Thunderdome era. Anyways, so where were we? Oh god, they're being loud. Okay. So Morgan once again confronted DeVille about giving Carmella an opportunity despite not earning one. Although annoyed at Morgan's interruption, DeVille named Morgan as Carmella's replacement in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And uneventfully, our women's tag team champions, Natalya and Tamina, were announced as SmackDown's last two participants on July 12th and 15th, respectively, via Twitter. So let's look at this field and break it down again. Asuka, she already had the Money in the Bank last year, but we all know how that turned out, basically. It ended up being the Raw Women's Championship because Becky Lynch went on maternity leave. So, yeah, I don't know if we should give that one a mulligan. I feel like we should, because I would like to see what Asuka could really do with a real MITB run. Not what we had happen last year, but that was probably due to other circumstance, so I should be all fine. Naomi could as well. Alexa Bliss, I don't know, really. After what happened with the Fiend thing and all in this, I'm just not interested. Not interested. Nikki Ash. Look. Not many people can do that superhero-like event. There's a reason Shane Helms pulled it off as the Hurricane. But alas, I don't think Nikki Cross can pull this one off successfully. And given the fact that Karrion Kross might be called up soon to the main roster, we may have to worry, so just brace yourselves, people. Liv Morgan absolutely could definitely be one to win it here, because she absolutely could use it to really just finally get her in the title picture for real, and just, damn, it would be so satisfying. Zelina Vega, not interested again, so take her out. You can also take out Nikki and Alexa, and you could definitely take out Natalya and Tamina. So we're looking at Asuka, Naomi, and Liv Morgan, more than likely. A little bit less than the field before, but yeah.
Asuka won it last year. So.
But I told you, the circumstance. Remember, it ended up not really being the Money in the Bank contract, but the Raw Women's Championship. And then Becky Lynch vacated it, and it went to Asuka because of maternity leave. So it wasn't really a real Money in the Bank run, per se. I mean, like I said, for her to have an actual one with a legitimate cash-in and all, that would be more satisfying. Sorry about that. Anyway, so Healy, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, you look at the field, looking at the field of names on paper, you'd automatically go, okay, it's going to be Asuka. I don't think it is. I feel like that if they want Asuka to be a champion again, I mean, she already won Money in the Bank last year, and she got the championship in the briefcase, for crying out loud. Mm-hmm. Not to say it wasn't wrong, though, it was a great moment, but I don't think they'll have her win it twice in a row. So, I think I'm going to rule out Asuka.
Alright.
Naomi and Nikki Ash, both in the same category, not really done much. Nikki a bit more so than Naomi. Zelina Vega, good addition. Happy to see her back in a wrestling role, even if it's WWE where she left in November. But not her. Natalya and Tamina, placeholders. So really, I'm looking at either Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan. Because, Alexa Bliss, whether you like it or not, for the right or wrong reasons, has been one of the most compelling parts of Raw. Polarizing, absolutely. Downright hated. A bit of a stretch, but I can see why people hate it and what she's done so far. And Liv Morgan, I don't know. I feel like there's been this sort of groundswell of support. I know she's had a lot of support on Twitter over the years. But it feels like it's starting to become a bit more mainstream. A lot of people are starting to buy into her a bit more, which I'm happy to see because I think she's a great competitor, and I would love to see her become a champion one day, even if it's only the tag titles. Um, yeah, I don't think they're getting off the Alexa Bliss bandwagon anytime soon. WWE, that is. And honestly, head over for heart again. My heart wants to Liv Morgan because I'd love to see what they could do with her. I feel like they're going to continue going down this Alexa Bliss route because honestly, I know, how we talk up the importance of the Money in the Bank and how it's basically a ticking time clock for any champion. A few years ago we had Lesnar win it, and that
Oh,
whole
good
narrative was like
grief.
he was a purveyor of paranoia. And honestly, I know no one wanted Lesnar to be champion, but the fact that Lesnar, the most dominant male superstar in all of WWE at that time, was Mr. Money in the Bank, where he could just win a championship whenever he wanted to, that was scary, legitimately scary for Rollins. To have Alexa Bliss who could manipulate the set, the stage, the show itself, like if she wanted to, she could probably manipulate the GM into making a Raw Women's title match and manipulate the champion Ripley into laying down for her
Oh, good
if her powers are,
grief.
if her powers remain in kayfabe during matches. So yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'm just in it to see the actual paranoia of it all. Just to see, it can't get worse than what we've seen with Baszler, surely not. And of course that's tempting fate. Of course that is tempting fate. But yeah, I'm going to go with a smart decision in my mind. Then again, not that smart, but I'm also going with one that I think could lead to compelling TV. And I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss to win.
Oh, you may have some stuff there, but I mean, maybe, yeah, you say it can't get any worse now, but then just when you think with this company, when they can't, you don't think it gets any worse, excuse me, they find a way, because life finds a way. Yeah, Ian Malcolm once said. And I have to think as well, maybe, and all that paranoia stuff as well, it was 2 years ago for Brock, and even if the fear was in there, I felt a lot of that shit was undermined when they had that stupid boombox shit. And I don't think PTSD is the correct term when thou who shall not be named was spamming that shit. It's more like trauma, and yes, there is a difference between the two, but I do digress, and
Oh
you
my
do,
god.
and
Yeah.
you do raise some good points about that shit. Okay, Steven, let's just move on real quick before things got ahead. Steven, who do you think is gonna win?
Okay, I'm not trying to hate on the Liv Morgan fans, but seriously, Liv Morgan is not gonna win the money. The SmackDown side, definitely not. I'm going with Alexa Bliss. The one and only Alexa Bliss is gonna win.
I see. Alright, when I look at this right now, the odds are at 125 for Alexa Bliss, or plus 125. They're all plus for all the Money in the Bank ladder match entrants, but Alexa Bliss has the lowest of them all, so she's the odds-on favorite to win. The thing is, though, there's something else we didn't bring up the first time, and that was all the authority storyline with Liv Morgan are going on. You may have noticed that Sonya Deville has basically been undercutting Liv Morgan at several different points throughout this storyline by basically making her go through matches but not even actually making them qualifying matches, just putting her through the ringer for Sonya Deville's possible own little amusement, with possible rumors building up an in-ring return, because at this point with Deville it's just inevitable that we're going to get an in-ring return basically for Deville. Like, she can't keep doing this thing forever here, this authority role. She probably would be better served in the ring in a division that's already lacking a lot of talent anyways, and having Deville is a good asset. There might be a possibility too, I heard Saw Monster predict this, that basically that Liv Morgan gets taken out of the match and that Sonya Deville basically takes that spot basically, and then yeah, somehow goes on to win the whole thing basically. M's power hungry. But I don't know. The company can be unpredictable, and it's certainly something that would get a hell of a reaction out of the crowd. Not for the right reasons, albeit what happened in 2019 in the men's match. But I think I'm going to actually just go with you both for now and not push things too far. And I'm going to go ahead and, despite this madness, I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss. Who knows? Maybe something might get better. Maybe it might get better with this. Who knows? Then again, maybe not. But I guess we'll see. Anyways, we're out of the Money in the Bank ladder matches, so all we have to do is get through everything else. Let's go. Now that we're out of them, our next match is Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. So, on the June 21st episode of Raw, as WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley and his manager MVP were celebrating Lashley's win over Drew McIntyre at Hell in a Cell the previous night. That same win that basically ruled out Drew from ever challenging for the WWE title as long as Bobby Lashley is still a champion. They were interrupted by the New Day, just Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Kingston reminded Lashley that he had defeated him in a non-title match on the May 17th episode of Raw, and that he also never received a rematch for the title after he lost the championship on the SmackDown's 20th anniversary in October of 2019. Hey, newsflash, Kofi! You just kind of brushed it off. You literally brushed it off like that, my man. I'm just saying. Anyways, Kingston then challenged Lashley for the title. Lashley accepted, and the match was scheduled for Money in the Bank. So, the actual match itself, you probably may have noticed we haven't really talked so much about match quality. I mean, already some of this stuff was probably really just self-explanatory for all this other stuff before. But then you look at, say, this and this here, and yeah, what more can we do, really? So, I'm thinking, really, this should be at least fine. Maybe a little less than some other ones, but should be fine. And in terms of the story, it's kind of crazy in a way to have Lashley still feuding with the New Day and all. But like I said, if things play out like how I think they'll play out basically in the men's Money in the Bank match, we could see going one way. But yeah, I don't really have much else to add. So, Heathy, who do you think's gonna win?
I can't talk right now. I'm drinking piss.
No, you're
No,
not.
I'm gonna pick Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
Because, you know, I'd love Kofi to win. I think Kofi would be a great second-time WWE champion. You know, that would be a good, pop for the first night back. But I don't think it's sacrificing. It's not worth sacrificing Lashley's first reign as champion. Plus, you know what? A morbid curiosity, can't look away at the car crash when it's about to happen. I want to see what happens with Goldberg and Lashley if that's going to happen. I'm not too sure yet.
Oh,
But honestly, from what we've seen from this for the last few weeks, Lashley's gone a bit soft. He's lost to Xavier Woods. I feel like Money in the Bank is really where he finds himself, reignites his fury and passion, and I think he's going to absolutely mold Kofi Kingston. Maybe not a squash, but definitely one-sided. So yeah, Bobby Lashley for the win.
I see. And Steven, who do you think's gonna win? Oh, Steven. Ah, shit. Hello, Steven. Uh-oh, people. I think he may... Steven has gone bye-bye.
Wait, sorry, I was pressing the wrong button.
Oh, there you are. Go on.
I think, I want Kofi to become champion, but Lashley's gonna retain. Yeah, get this over with.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you both. Probably Bobby Lash. Careful there. Stop it!
I need coffee.
Stop! Let me finish here, okay?
John Cena kills kids.
Stop saying that! You know, actually, it's a good thing you got me when you used that against me to say the Inner Circle at the Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing this year, because they actually won and it saved my ass. Or it helped me out. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley too. One idea that I heard floating around was that Kofi wins, but then if Big E already wins the men's Money in the Bank match, provided that's not the main event, that he would just cash in on either one basically there in that night or later. I don't know here. We'll have to see. But yeah, either way, I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley to retain. 3 more matches, people. Oh shit. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally had that playing there. Okay, let's get to the next one. Alright. Oh, fuck me senseless.
Okay.
No! 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 No, not you! Or either of you. Screw it. I'm saying that because of the match. It's Rhea Ripley versus Android 18! Charlotte Flair! You mother... Okay, who would Rhea Ripley be in this situation for Dragon Ball? I don't even know. Okay, at Hell in a Cell, Charlotte Flair defeated Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley by disqualification because we can't have her losing now, even though it's just making her look way too fucking strong. Shit! Sorry, I'm just getting aggravated with this Charlotte crap. But this was disqualification because Ripley attacked Flair with the top cover of the announce table. Which is, I swear to God, so stupid because it's the first, probably is more than likely the first time that something like this shit has happened. But you know the rules, and so do I, because titles don't change hands via disqualification unless stipulated. Anyways, the following night on Raw, Flair claimed she was proud of Ripley, proud, and told Ripley that she had never seen her as a strategic champion. WWE official Sonya Deville then scheduled a rematch between the two for the title at Money in the Bank. Another fucking rematch. I'm gonna be honest, this Rhea Ripley Charlotte Flair feud has just been hot garbage. It's been a dumpster fire, all caps dumpster fire, and it's just been bad. The two are literally wielding crutches like they're damn lightsabers. Who do they think they are? Tommaso Ciampa? Nah. Ciampa makes that shit look cool. You two, well, you just look like two kids playing with toy lightsabers back in the day, basically. I would say now, but Star Wars merch isn't moving that much, unfortunately, for that to happen, but yeah. Anyways, back to this, though. Not happy with this. Charlotte Flair has just been way too damn protected to the point of this shit. Like, with Roman, it makes sense now when they booked him to be this dominating badass. Charlotte, it's more because they just want to keep protecting her still for whatever reason. I'm likely to think that basically that the power has gone too far and that she's got enough that much in-state influence basically to where she could just make it happen like that and control the finish. So an actual regular pinfall or submission finish, she'd be like, "That don't work for me, brother." You see where I'm getting at with this? Hint. And another rematch. I'm very worried for what could happen, basically. I feel bad for Rhea Ripley because I feel like something has just been lost in translation when she came up to the main roster. That edge that she had in NXT, I feel like it's all but gone by now at this point. And it's been replaced with something just that makes her inferior. Like they've replaced her with an inferior clone of sorts, and that the real Rhea Ripley is somewhere else. I don't know. I could keep going on about this. Heathie, who do you think's gonna win?
Oh god, this is probably the one that I'm not really confident about. I think it all hinges on what happens at SummerSlam. Because, you know, we've all read the rumours, and honestly, skip ahead maybe like a minute or two if you don't want to hear the spoilers. But as of right now, 3, 2, 1, okay, you're in the spoiler zone. I think Becky Lynch has been scheduled, or at least rumoured, to be at Money in the Bank backstage. We don't know if she's going to be in attendance or if she's going to be a part of the segment herself, but that's what we know so far. So I'm thinking maybe I don't think she'll be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I feel like if there's going to be any changes, it'll be Sonya Deville because she's got that authority. So yeah, I think Becky Lynch faces the winner at SummerSlam, and of course, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch is like, you know, I don't want to compare it to John Cena, Randy Orton, but that's the closest we've got in the women's division right now. You could argue Bayley and Sasha Banks, but you know, Charlotte Flair and Bayley. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, that's very much a possibility WWE will go with. But I don't know. I feel like a new fresh matchup is needed, since we could be getting against Spoiler, we could be getting Goldberg at SummerSlam.
Good
You know,
grief.
just a lot of new matches at SummerSlam with 60,000 fans. It will be like WrestleMania. So why not have Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, a match that I think we really, obviously, Becky Lynch, you can't get in the way of having a child, of course, but say in a completely alternate universe, alternate reality, Becky never was pregnant with a child. I'd say we'd be seeing Ripley versus Lynch at Mania 37, and I think that's what WWE has in the pipeline. I think that's what they want to do. So, yeah, I mean, why not do it at SummerSlam? I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley for this one.
I see. And, Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Good back timing. I just had to use the bathroom.
All right.
I think because Cena is returning. I think Cena might come, and Cena, with his match with Roman. I think Roman's
If that
gonna
happens.
retain. Oh wait, one match.
Boy,
Hello?
if you don't. I'm here,
Hello?
yeah. Hey,
Me Ripley.
Rhea Ripley?
And
Yeah.
Becky's good.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
Rhea Ripley. She's pretty much the odds-on favorite, but you never know.
Yeah,
You never know. Shit's just gonna whoosh, could go the other way. But I'm not gonna push it right now. And
You
given that
can't see
Lynch,
me.
stop
can't
it.
see me.
And given that Lynch and Ripley would be a fresh match, like Healy said, I do think that would probably be the better option. But if that happened, expect another screwy finish, like a count-out perhaps this time. I'm thinking a nice, good count-out here will happen. I don't know why. Only 2 more matches left, people. Next up, it's Roman Reigns versus Edge for the Universal Championship. Now, at WrestleMania 37 in April, Roman Reigns defeated Edge and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match to retain the Universal Championship. On the June 25th episode of SmackDown, Reigns and his special counsel, Paul Heyman, had a Universal Championship address. Heyman stated that Reigns had defeated all of SmackDown's top contenders and there was no one left to challenge him. Edge then made a surprise return after a 2-month hiatus and attacked Reigns and also took out Jim Uso, who had come to Reigns' aid. On Talking Smack the next day, it was revealed Edge had confronted WWE officials Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, demanded a one-on-one match against Reigns for the title at Money in the Bank, which we originally was supposed to have at WrestleMania before Bryant worked his way into the match. Pearce then granted him the rematch. So yeah, now some people are excited that we're getting the one-on-one match while some aren't. Now, I do want to mention that it's very well possible that they were going to originally do this at Money in the Bank, but possibly due to Daniel Bryan's schedule and possibly wanting to get some other stuff in there, and the contract, expiring, which pretty much it has, and we don't know what he's going to be doing next. It's very well possible that that triple threat had to be done now because Bryan's contract was going to expire not long after, and so that was the best way to get him in there in all of this. And now we're going to get the one-on-one match with some people. No one's really going to... You can't really argue the quality of the match. And again, everything Roman Reigns has been touching has pretty much been turning to gold. Like, he's got the Midas touch ever since that heel turn. Mostly been a smooth ride. And seeing him go up against Edge one-on-one should at least provide something entertaining at least. So, don't sleep on this one. Don't sleep on this match at all. Especially because the Tribal Chief. Healy, who do you think's gonna win? You're waiting.
I mean, if you don't already know by now from the countless podcasts we've done, I think you have a good idea of who I want to win.
Yes.
I was probably gushing over him in WrestleMania, but I am probably one of the most diehard Edge fans you will ever meet. I was unfortunately I wasn't really interested in around the time that Edge was really peaking in that 2005, 2006 that time period, which culminated with him becoming champion and then going to face Foley, and then all the classic feuds with Taker, Batista, Cena again, all them other guys. But I've been very fond of his, to say the least, very fond of his career. His retirement in 2011. I was like, who is this guy? Not, obviously I wasn't like, who is this guy? I was like, oh god, he was always like a pretty top guy, but like I'm surprised his retirement is so like heartfelt. So for the last 10 years I've been looking at his matches. I've been digesting his promos, really getting into the meat and potatoes of what makes this guy who he is. And honestly, I've fallen in love with him. As a character, I've related to him a few times, both like in real life and in his character moments. Obviously, he's one of a kind, and you think I'm building up to say Edge wins, and honestly, I wish I was too.
Yeah.
There would be nothing more I'd love to see than Edge spear Roman and win the Universal title. I would wake up my parents at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, jumping for joy. Probably a bit tipsy, but still, not going to happen. Not going to happen, unfortunately. I think it's going to be Reigns who wins. I think they are setting up for Reigns versus Cena, and I'm totally okay with that. Of course, I'd love Edge to get his final, twilight moment in the sun before, his twilight comes and the sun sets on his career. But it's okay. I've seen Edge wrestle live. I've seen him perform live. I get to see him on a network perform, live as he is now. With all of his accolades, with all of his recognition. I'm happy with that. So yeah, a bit of sweet pill to swallow, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Roman.
Right. I get you. Anyways, Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Who I think is gonna win? Roman's gonna win. Roman's gonna face Cena at SummerSlam. Then we're gonna have Edge facing with Seth at SummerSlam because everything happened 7 years ago when Seth almost paralyzed Seth and Edge with the curb stomp. Yeah, so we're gonna say Roman.
And I'm gonna agree with you both and go with Roman Reigns on this one. The Tribal Chief still ain't dropping that belt anytime soon.
The big dog.
Tribal Chief. Will you stop it? Whatever, we got one more match, people, so,
And plus, coffee's good for Roman Reigns.
No, you shut up. You stop that. That ain't true.
Coffee!
And you need to stop that. Okay, can we get into the next match? Let's just get into it. Alright. Or rather, did I say next match? I meant the final match.
The final count.
No, stop. Now I have to replay it again. Now don't talk over that. Oh, for God's sake. Now don't talk over it when I'm playing that music, okay? Yeah, it's important that that is played properly. See, people, this is why I usually record this stuff, but this time that was not an option. Anyways, let's just do it. Final match. AJ Styles and Omos versus War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. And I'm not going to do that all caps thing I did with Piper Niven earlier, because who's gonna do that again, basically? What am I just gonna recycle like that? Anyways, I digress. So, anyways, where are we? Uh-oh. There's no description on this one. Ah, shit. You know what? I can't be asked. At least Mysterios and Usos had a little bit of story. Just a little bit, as BC likes to say so much. But this, nothing. Not a damn thing. It's just... So, what am I supposed to say? AJ and Omos have just been there as TAM champs. The Raiders are finally back, fully at least. And now they're just getting in because WWE has no other tag teams. They have no other tag teams, and this Raw division has been suffering. Merge the damn divisions. But they're not gonna do that. There are people who will willingly shoot that down and say it's a shitty idea. And you know what I say? Well, why don't we actually do it just to prove it, quite frankly, here? Why don't we actually prove that there? Oh, wait, we can't. We have to do time. You can't, because when you count them all, you could probably count the entire division for both on 2 teams. I'm sorry. We're gonna still have to get through this. Anyways, Healy, who do you think's gonna win?
Uh, no, I mean, just like Rhea and Charlotte, I feel like this is one of them things where you have to think about SummerSlam, and I don't want to demean SummerSlam to, I don't want to demean Money in the Bank to like a pre-show to SummerSlam like Fastlane or Elimination Chamber WrestleMania. I feel like it's probably the fifth biggest show. Honestly, I put it over Survivor Series most years because honestly, I like Money in the Bank a bit better. 2016 was the exception though. I love 2016 Survivor Series. Then again, everybody's won. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so but I feel like they are building the supercard up for SummerSlam, and I feel like AJ Styles has to be on it, and you don't really go from losing the Raw Tag titles at Money in the Bank to just having a random singles match with Omos or a random singles match with anyone else unless it's a legend. Hey, let's put on a show for the fans. No, AJ Styles will be in the tag team title picture come SummerSlam, so I feel like he should remain champion. Because if you lose that, it's a rematch against Viking Raiders, and a rematch for SummerSlam not really what the fans want. I feel like setting up, and this is why I didn't think Riddle was going to win Money in the Bank earlier in the night, in the night, and also earlier in the podcast, because I feel like it's going to be RK Bro in the tag title scene. I think that's what we're going to get: Styles and Omos versus Riddle and Orton, and therein lies my answer. Viking Raiders, love to see them. Think they're really talented. Would love to see them become champs one day, but now's not the time. Styles and Omos to win.
Yeah, I see. And Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, shit, I accidentally mute my mic.
It's alright.
One second. Okay, there we go. I think, the Viking experience or
Hey,
just...
stop it! Do not ever bring that name up again, or my foot is going to go straight, or your ass is gonna get my foot going in it, and that's an experience you don't want.
Well, we all love Big Dick Ivar.
No, it's goddamn
Big Dick
Hanson.
Ivar.
Stop it!
Big Dick Ivar.
There's only one big dick, you fool, and it's Big Dick Johnson.
Oh, so me.
No! You don't remember him, do you? No.
I remember when I looked in the mirror this morning. Anyway.
No, you didn't. Okay, Steven, just answer my question.
I go with the current tag team champions are going to retain AJ and Omos.
I'm going with that as well. AJ Styles and Big Man Terminator himself,
Big booty
Omos.
bitches.
No, he's a Big Man Terminator because the dude can literally
He's a big
take
booty bitch.
No, he's a goddamn Big Man Terminator because he literally no-sold a fucking steel chair and Morrison broke on it. Just broke the chair and
How big do you
just...
think Scott Steiner dick is?
Oh god, are we really gonna do that? What are we, fucking kayfabe? You shoot? Or now all of you shoot kayfabe commentaries all
I'm
of a
drinking
sudden?
blue juice.
What? What? What are you drinking?
Blue juice.
No! Okay, you're gonna break that poor boy so, quite frankly, harder than
Well, ask a
Sam...
question.
Hmm?
What? Have you ever licked Lance Bass's tramp stamp just to feel alive?
No! Who would wanna... Okay, what is with ye? Even live, we can't escape. Are you...
in the butt.
Stop it! Are you doing this just because it's live and we can get away with more crazy
We're live
shit?
now. We're live.
No. Are we live?
Stick a finger up my butt. Call me
Stop
Bobby Knuckles.
it! We've been live! Okay, alright, this is just gonna go on to us doing this shit. Let's just wrap this shit up. We can keep doing this shit for hours on end. While I play Saints Row or the third or something again, or whatever game, but for now, the remaster Saints Row.
Good morning.
But, okay, for now, I think we're just going to wrap this up. So this is going to be interesting. Don't sleep on this show entirely. Let's hope it plays out like we hope it plays out, basically. And, yeah. Anyways, I want to thank Heathy, as always, for being here with me, being the Roger Ebert to my Gene Siskel, and, driving me crazy.
Well, yum yum. You know what they say? Coffee, yum yum. In my bum. If Edge wins tonight, I'm a cum.
Oh, gross. I did not need to know that. And I want to thank Steven, as always, for being here with us.
Well, it's good to be back for these WWE people.
Oh, by the way,
Yes?
yes, he will. There's one reason why Edge will win. Well, there's two reasons why Edge will win tonight. You want to know them?
What?
One of them, he's white, and the other one is he has legs.
Right.
Okay, so what I was gonna say is it's great to be back for the WWE pay-per-views. I'm probably be here for SummerSlam. Don't know after that. I'll be there for All Out. I know that for sure. So I'll see you for the next 2 pay-per-views.
So yeah, let's take a look real quick before we sign off. It looks like we're gonna have SummerSlam next. SummerSlam, and that's gonna be Saturday, August 21st. So
We may have Takeover coming up the night before, but as of right now, that's what's scheduled. Yes.
or maybe we can just do it live again, like what we did here. This was actually fun. I don't see why we can't do this again. Basically,
keeps people on their feet.
yeah, and yeah.
As soon as I did that, I farted. So yeah.
You are
Nice.
disgusting. But
Yeah, So okay, guys. It's good to. I'm not signing off. I'm just reminding and doing a bit of cheeky little advertising. We'll be streaming the pay-per-view tonight at Stream One. Yeah, Stream One's back.
Wait. Hold on. What, there? Oh boy. That might be a problem. What about the peeps in AWN? Hey, maybe we should cross over. You know.
Who knows? Maybe with Scott Hall, maybe we go to WCW and WWE. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, no, actually, wait, wasn't that Rick? Oh, yeah, you mean the fake Razor Ramon and the fake Diesel and all. No, but I was thinking more...
Oh, yeah, Rick Rude, Dark Elevation
No, Rick Rude back in the day, Nitro, and friggin...
Oh, yeah, when he shaved his facial hair to let everyone know Raw was taped.
Yeah, Nitro and Raw, the same night. That's what I was thinking of.
And one more thing, guys. AEW is the best. AEW is the best.
Saying that on a WWE podcast. Okay.
Oh, hey now. Some stuff's been going down on the Twitter, so,
Orange Cassidy is the worst. I mean, yeah.
No. Don't say that. His hype man is here, and he will personally break his foot off in your ass if you don't stop.
Orange Cassidy stump will put up your ass.
No. Okay, look. We'll see you for the next pay-per-view, which will probably be SummerSlam.
Let's kill some kids like John Cena.
No, let's not do that, actually. Let's cut this shit out now. I will see you for SummerSlam 2021, and somebody please save me from what I have to deal with. Thanks for watching, and bye for now, everyone.
I'm visit Coffee at his house someday.
No, you will not, Steven. Bye for now.